What up, guys? RSTSWrestlingExpress Wrestling, and this it's going to be the first TNA video we've ever done.
No, correction. It's actually third. It's gonna be the first one that hopefully gets uploaded.
Oh, the first one that we actually probably yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess I'll upload
Right.
it. Well, I'll upload it if it will upload. But basically we are
last
going.
one sucked anyway.
We are going to talk about this open fight night TNA is basically doing here, and the TV title being defended every week. You know what? First, I'm going to talk about the TV title. I think TV titles in wrestling, I think that's what, like, honestly, WWE should take a look at the TV title idea, and same thing Ring of Honor defends the TV title on their show quite a bit. But the TV title is a title that should be defended, like, on television a lot, and I think this is a smart move here. I don't think it's a smart move to have it on Devon. I think that they're trying to give him his his due and all this, and he's a TV champion, but put this on somebody who can work. If you have to defend the title each week, you need to have somebody who can work. Kazarian, Daniels, Shelley, Sabin, somebody who can work, like Joe. It's just somebody who can go out there and have okay to good 10 to 15 minute matches. Like, that's what I think they should do.
Right.
Devon here, gonna continue to just beat people. Like, Devon beat Gunner clean. Like, Gunner was like in main event feuds for like the past 6 months, and Devon hasn't done nothing.
Didn't he beat Bully Ray too? Didn't he beat Bully Ray coming up?
Devon did?
I believe he went over Bully Ray as well. I could be wrong. I could be really wrong, but I think I read that somewhere that somebody said that he went over Bully. I think Mr. Nathan Carter, the Nathan Carter YT, said this.
Oh yeah, I don't remember that. I wouldn't mind seeing Bully Ray have the title. At least if we see him each week, he can go out there and find some kind of cheap way to win matches. I think that'd be entertaining. But
here's the thing, and here's my opinion on it, because this is what I want to talk about with the TV title and everything. This is why I felt it was relevant to the discussion. Devon, absolutely no impact in there as TV champion. Yes, pun very much intended. I've been saying that I want Kazarian to have the title. That's the guy I would have the TV title on by far over probably anybody else. I think Daniels is a little too big for the title. I think Styles is a little too big. Mr. Anderson probably even too big. But I feel like those would be like his first, 2 or 3 feuds that he could have with it, if you want to make it a feud type title, because he's already in a feud with Daniels and Styles and Mr. Anderson and that. I think a good thing about Kazarian is he can play face or heel, so either way, whoever you have him go up against, he could be one or the other. I honestly think this would be a great way to bring in the open fight night guys too, whoever they bring in for that. I think Kazarian defending the titles once a month against a random new challenger like an El Generico or an AR Fox, or somebody athletic that can go 12 to 15 minutes. I think that would be the perfect way to introduce new stars to the fans, as well as have good TV matches each and every Impact. If you had the title on a guy like Kazarian, Devon makes absolutely no sense as your TV champion at all. I would get it off him fast. I would get it on Kazarian, and I would just start from there and just see wherever that takes you, wherever that may be. You don't have to do your fight night there, but I think Kazarian's such a great worker that that would be a great way to introduce new guys. That would be an excuse to have your title defended each week, and yeah, I'm high on Kazarian having the title.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an interesting thing. I think they need to have somebody who can work, like I said. I also think another guy who's just kind of sitting on his ass. I don't even know if he's even with TNA anymore. The Pope, I don't know what the hell he's doing. Seems like it would be a perfect fit for that. He plays, a character that fans can get behind, an actual character he can work. People like him. I don't see why TNA just refuses to use him, or he just doesn't want to work for them. I don't know. But that would be another good, spot for that TV title, I believe. We're going to go on to the open fight night. Originally, I'm kind of on the fence. Like, I'm in the middle. I'm like 50-50 with this. This could either...
Me too, and I wasn't at all.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was horrible like a week before. This when we did this video. But
I'm kind of 50-50 on it because I think it could be good to bring new guys in. and it could be interesting to do something different that no other wrestling company is doing. It does really have that reality TV show kind of feel to it, like they're judging somebody as a wrestler. I don't know. It just seems like they're trying to draw ratings with anything they can do. I don't know. Just book the show good. Like, that's the only thing I can really say. Just book the show good. Like, just
book your own talent well, and you won't have to worry about bringing in outside talent.
That's one thing I was thinking you wouldn't have to bring in. But I think it's a good way to bring in guys that good indie guys that could come into TNA and really do worth a damn. I mean, I believe Generico signed a deal with DDT, so I don't think he could sign a deal, but I think him coming in and having a match against, somebody else who could work on television would be a great move. I'm not saying they eventually couldn't sign some of these guys, but there's a lot of quite a few indie guys. What I don't want to see though is like completely unknown independent guys come in who are okay guys and just have random matches against champions. Like, to me, that I think would be a bad idea. I think they need to bring in guys with names on the independent circuit. Let them look good, let them have a good match against whatever champion you have them in there with, and then that's that. Like, I don't think they should bring in just shitty kind of unknown guys who are not great workers.
It's kind of hard on the details right now. Do they have to face champions? Like, when they come, can't they can face anybody, right?
I think they can fit. Oh, maybe they do face anybody. I thought it was they face.
I think they can face anybody. If they do, I kind of just thinking about it right now. I kind of want it to be like a series, and I kind of want anybody you bring in to kind of face just one guy, and I kind of want that one guy just to be AJ Styles, because AJ Styles to me is kind of like 1, 2, 3 kid from like the '90s WWF. Like, if you could work with Sean Waltman, you could work with anybody. That was like the guy. That was like the gatekeeper that said if you could work or not.
Yeah.
I feel like AJ Styles that's TNA's version of that. And if you can come in and have a good match with AJ Styles, then you could probably have a good match with probably anybody in the promotion. I think, well, maybe not like that, but I mean, AJ's going to bring the best out of him. He's going to, show him off well. He is, like, the pioneer of TNA. Having him face all the new, young guns trying to come in and make a name for themselves, I think that makes perfect sense if they made a storyline out of that. But knowing TNA, they probably won't. It'll probably be a whole bunch of random matches. Probably most of the matches won't be very good. I mean, they have the TV title on Devon, and they think him defending it each week is a great idea. So, these things I would like to see. I just think, you got to make your company about wrestling. Because from a storyline perspective, nobody's really going to care about your company. I'm not going to care about watching TNA for storylines. Why? Because I can read the spoilers each and every week and already find out what's happening. If the matches are good and if the wrestling is good, it's like Ring of Honor. Everybody already knows what happens on Ring of Honor TV, yet they still pull in pretty good ratings for the wrestling. And, I think this could be a great idea if they book it properly. That's a big if.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I think that's one thing if like I said, people can read what already happened, but you can't know how good a match is until you watch it. Like, you have people say, oh, this match was good, this match was that, but you can't assess your own, have your own opinion on it until you watch it. So I definitely think these kind of matches where you just come in and have guys from the indie circuit who are well-known guys, at least, from the bigger named ones, the Dragon Gates, the PWGs, the Ring of Honors, those kind of Chikaras, those kind of promotions where you would know some of the guys. I think that would be a smart move, and a lot of the fans would know a lot of these guys too, and would draw in some more independent fans. I know TNA still to this day, a lot of YWC, alumni or just people who've been on here for several years have totally just shut down everything TNA has done and are not willing to watch what they're doing. TNA has spurts. TNA has things that they do well and they have things that they do bad. There are specific things, Austin Aries and Bully Ray are on fire. Storm and Rude are on fire with all the stuff they're doing. But then you have things like Devon as your TV champion. You have Garrett Bischoff. So I mean, it's one of those things you just pick your poison. Like, what are you willing to sit through this to get to this, or are you willing to I'm willing to sit through a TNA show to watch Austin Aries cut a promo or Bully Ray cut a promo and Aries have a match, or Storm and Rude do stuff together, or and I still don't mind Jeff Hardy or Anderson or RVD. Like, those are your main top guys with Storm and Rude right now, and then AJ kind of being that gatekeeper, like you said, basically coming in there and getting in there, kind of like that, like you said, that 1-2-3 kid, kind of like that Bob. I won't say Bob Holly-esque, but kind of that guy they would want to put him in there with and see what they can do with. But open fight night, we're gonna have to see how this goes.
I think the thing I want to say is like AJ would be the best judge of talent, and AJ could be the guy to say, hey, we should sign this guy. Hey, we should sign that guy. Like he would be the guy I'd want to go to and would trust with my company on good decisions on who do sign. Yeah.
Now I have a question. This is the idea. This open fight night or whatever is something that they're trying to do. Would you be interested in? Because I've thought of this for a while. Would you be interested if TNA wanted to do kind of a company versus company thing eventually, where they did TNA versus Rinka King, and they kind of made some of the TNA talent that's working with them now kind of pick sides. Like say Matt Morgan wanted to, decide to be in the Rinka King side. Would you be interested? Would that draw your interest to see kind of like TNA versus Rinka King?
I really wouldn't care. Honestly, really wouldn't care. It's not. First of all, it's kind of like you're saying, like, would they create something to the level of like WWE versus WCW? And no, they wouldn't, because the Rinka King roster, let's be honest, is not very good. Not many of the guys can go very well. The crowds are really hot, but the wrestling is not always necessarily there.
The final question with that is, the final question with that is would you, if that happened at all, or would you want TNA, even if they didn't, face Rinka King, would you like to have them like do a pay-per-view in India? I would love to see them do a pay-per-view in India. I think the crowd would just mark like bitches.
I think that'd be fine as long as they put on good matches. I don't think it matters wherever you put on a pay-per-view. It's like asking, would I not watch Anderson Silva Chael Sonnen if it's in Brazil? Of course I'd fucking watch it if it's in Brazil. It's even better there, and TNA probably be better in India because people would be just marking like bitches, like you said.
Here's the thing,
people would be losing their fucking minds for every move.
Here's the thing, we've talked about this before, and it's gone around on YouTube and all other wrestling websites. Lockdown crowd was horrendous. Like, it was not good at all.
What I heard.
And that kind of really hurt that pay-per-view in a lot of people's minds. Going over to the UK, going to India and doing promo or doing pay-per-views, I think that would be something that TNA should do, or go to Chicago or go to New York, like these places where the crowds like they're really into the wrestling, like where fans like are willing to go to.
Good.
I mean,
that's the thing. Like Nashville, they were in Nashville. They were in Storm's hometown. Like I think they thought the crowd was going to be a lot hotter than it was.
Yeah.
And I would have expected the crowd to be a lot better than it actually was. So I don't fault TNA there. They weren't in Universal Studios for that thing. They actually went somewhere. It wasn't a far ways away. But I think, like, if you're going to have it in Storm's hometown, how do you not have Storm win the title? I don't know. It's just dumb.
Yeah,
but
that's another thing.
It is TNA. Like, yeah, it's a good bad, I guess. I mean, I don't watch TNA anymore. I don't really plan on watching it until just something just blows everyone away that I just have to check it out.
Yeah. All right, well, this was our, I believe what we're going to call it. I don't think we've ever done a TNA video.
I don't think we've ever done a TNA video before. That's the title. With quotes we're actually talking about, because, I mean, then people would just be confused as fuck.
Yeah. But, yeah, basically, we talked about, open fight night, the TV title, and basically, maybe a feud with Rinka King or
getting out of there. For all direction at the company.
Kind of
like they're
thought process of Hulk Hogan thinking he knows what he's talking about. But, yep, so this is RSTSWrestlingExpress Wrestling. I'm the Mad Scientist. That is MVP Shear 123R88. Lots of 8s. And we're going to get out of here. Deuces.